This is the story of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, patch 6.3, God's Revel, Lands Tremble. Now where we left off at the end of patch 6.2, Zero has come to the source and has been eating food, and Y'shtola believes there is still hope for the 13th. Let's get started. Upon arriving in the source, Zero quickly recovers her strength with the help of a ready supply of food, while Varshan expresses his eagerness to continue searching for his sister. He asks the hero to find Zero, who's currently roaming Radzadhan. The hero finds her as she's contemplating the transient nature of mortal existence and musing over Xenos' motives. The hero informs her of Varshan's mission and invites her to join the others.
So you're heading back now? Then as per our bargain, I will go as well.
Everyone is here? Good. Let us set forth for the void once more.
Vertra unexpectedly emerges from the palace and reveals that he sensed his sister's presence far to the north. This revelation leads to a change of plans. Vertra's vessel, Varshan, expresses his disbelief upon sensing his sister's presence, but Y'shtola convinces the group to leave for Garlemald promptly.
My friends, 'tis good to see you again.
Alphinaud and Alisaie join them in Tertium. They explain that they've been helping Garleans with food and shelter, then Y'shtola explains Varshan's mission and brings them up to speed. The twins mention that they have seen unusual void-sent activity in the area, and Alphinaud suggests that remaining practitioners of the Reaper arts may be around. The heroes travel to Camp Broken Glass to ask Julius about it. Julius says there's an abandoned village in the Lapis Manalis caverns where practicing Reapers used to reside. Varshan is eager to explore the caverns, but notes that they are inaccessible by walking or flying. Julius says traveling by Magitech snowcraft would work, but the only one he's aware of is broken. Alisaie and Zero offer to go to Tapper's Den to seek engineers who can repair it. Along the way, Zero expresses that she doesn't understand why the heroes choose to help others even when there's nothing to be gained.
I help them because I want to. Because it's the right thing to do.
But what do you stand to gain? You didn't answer the question.
It remains unresolved in Zero's eyes, but Alisaie feels her answer was sufficient. At Tapper's Den, they meet a spirited engineer who appreciates their help from the past and agrees to repair the snowcraft. Afterward, they rendezvous with the others at Camp Broken Glass to discuss their progress. The engineer is confident he can fix the mammoth, as he calls it, and the heroes agree to assist with the effort, as does Zero. The hero spends some time patrolling for void-sent, and Julius gets to know Zero.
Zero, was it? I take it you're one of Alphinaud's comrades?
Comrade? We've entered into a cooperative pact, if that's what you mean.
Julius says he also rejected kinship with the Scions at first, then he offers her food and they eat together. The hero and the twins join them, then a guard interrupts with urgent news. The distressed guard informs the group that a horde of void-sent is approaching from the east, leading to an immediate evacuation. Alisaie asks Zero for assistance, but Zero refuses, demanding suitable compensation for risking her life. Julius persuades Zero by reminding her of the food he gave her, and she agrees to help guard Tertium. With Alphinaud believing that the encampment will be safe under the watch of the Memoriat, the hero, Alphinaud, and Alisaie head outside to find Y'shtola and the others. Back inside, Julius receives news that a unit has gone silent on the way to Camp Broken Glass, and Zero unexpectedly offers to investigate. Julius is surprised and reluctant, but agrees to stay behind to guard Tertium.
Damn these demons!
Zero arrives in time to save the soldiers from the void-sent, but ultimately she's overwhelmed.
How big must the gate be for their light to come through?
Near death, she recalls an ancient time when light still remained in her world and she fought to protect others. She was defeated then, as she is now, and she ponders the meaninglessness of it. But she finds that this time things are different, as she awakens to see the heroes fighting for her.
You... What are you doing here?
Y'shtola and Estinian had matters well in hand, so we went where we were needed.
Zero stands to fight alongside them.
I will let it burn. This fire in my breast. Let it burn and rage and guide.
The hero appreciates Zero for saving Julius's men, and in turn she acknowledges the hero saving her, but is confused by what she's feeling. They return to Tertium, and Julius says she has no need to worry about debts anymore, as they now owe her plenty. With the danger subsided, the heroes wait for Zero's recovery and for the return of Y'shtola and the others. Alice ponders the reasons behind Zeros' change of heart and her willingness to risk her life to save others. Although the immediate threat is gone, the group suspects a void gate to be located on the nearby mountain after facing such a large number of void sent. With the snowcraft repairs almost complete, they decide to head back to Cerulia Ingens, the site where the engineer was repairing it. Surprisingly, Zero offers to accompany them without any conditions, inspired by Alice's desire to help others. Alphino joins as well, and they set off with Y'shtola and Estinian leading the way. Arriving at Cerulia Ingens, they find a functioning snowcraft and the engineers volunteer to drive it. The heroes travel to Lapis Monalis, where they finally discover the Void Gate and face the water archfiend Cognazzo. After defeating him, Varshan asks about his sister.
A dragon of our world crossed over into yours long ago, but I have felt her presence here again. What is the meaning of this?
I dare say what you felt was this.
Cognazzo reveals that what Vertra sensed was not in fact his sister, but only her eye, leaving Varshan furious but devastated. Cognazzo laughs and says if they want answers, to take it up with Golbez. As Cognazzo dissipates, the Void Gate vanishes and Varshan takes his sister's eye.
She is likely still in the void. Take heart. We will find her yet.
The heroes consider Golbez's motives. Large amounts of ether are required to open void gates, so they suspect he may be keeping Ajdaya alive. Y'shtola ponders why Golbez has chosen this moment to enact his plans. Estinian encourages Varshan and tells him to stay rational and not give in to despair, then gives him a moment to himself. Then everyone helps the twins gather supplies that can be used to help local villagers. Zero willingly participates without conditions, showing growing trust in the group. When they are ready to leave, Varshan rejoins the others and Estinian asks if he's alright.
I am. As distressing as this turn of events was, the eye itself gives me cause to hope. Were it not for your encouragement, I would never have dared to embark on my search, much less come this far. I will not lose faith. I will find my sister, wheresoever she may be.
We'll return the eye to her, together.
The twins stay behind to continue their efforts in Garlemald, while the others resume the search for Ajdaya. Moments later, they reconvene at Megaduta.
What was that?
A deluge of ether. The mark of a terrible magic.
The heroes immediately head that way. On the road, a panicked fisherman warns that a great fiend has taken to the sky. Y'shtola suspects it's looking for the Void Gate at Aljadal's legacy, so she and Estinian head that way, while Varshan stays in the area to check on his people. Zero and the hero pursue the fiend, beginning by speaking to witnesses around Thavnir. Radiant Host Commander Nabdeen suggests speaking with the nearby quarry workers, from which the hero learns the path to the summit, known as Mount Ordeals. On the way up, Y'shtola rings the hero's link pearl.
We were too late. The vault has been destroyed. The alchemical furnace with it.
She believes this was their plan all along, while the lure of Ajdaya's eye at Lapis Monalis was a diversion. Regardless, the hero presses on and encounters Rubicante, the archfiend of fire, who speaks about his plight.
Such tears I wept when darkness consumed the world, until Lord Golbez came and spoke of salvation.
He proudly serves Golbez and refuses to let the hero continue. At Mount Ordeals, the hero confronts Rubicante in a grand, fiery battle. He emerges victorious and Rubicante is defeated. The hero asks the defeated Archfiend what Golbez's plan is, and he grants the hero a vision of the past. In this vision, Golbez speaks to the 4 Archfiends. They lament over aeons of undeath, never being able to properly die, since their world is a void and has no ethereal sea to return to. But Golbez has a plan.
I speak truth. The Ascian's revelation. There are other worlds than this. Ours is but one of 14.
Golbez plans to invade the Source so that the denizens of the Void may experience true death and enter the Lifestream. Back in the present, Zero tells Rubicante that he's merely waging another war because he lost the last one. She says she has learned a lot from being on the Source, that it's wrong to damn another to save yourself, and not everything has to be done as a trade for something else.
I didn't understand it at first, and perhaps I still don't. But if I'm to achieve something, I'd rather do it their way.
After receiving this criticism from Zero, Rubicante has a final act of goodwill to alleviate his conscience. He tells the heroes where they can find Golbez and Azdaia, at the moon of the 13th. He also says Golbez has another reason for his quest, but it's not clear what it is. Then he dissipates. Then everyone rendezvous at the Megaduta. Once everyone is caught up, Y'shtola says that if Golbez were to pour that many Voidsent into the Source, the result would be no less than a calamity. Everyone agrees that what is critical now is to find a new way to reach the 13th, since the gate at Alzadal's legacy was destroyed. Y'shtola heads straight to Sharlayan to study up on the subject. Meanwhile, on the moon of the 13th, Azdaia suffers in bondage, while Golbez remarks to himself how useful his Archfiends were for accomplishing his goals. Then he says for the next phase he needs no minions.
Hereon, I shall walk alone.
Patch 6.3 ends there. If you want to see what happens next, stick around on this channel. I'll be making a video for patch 6.4. See you next time.